3 blind mice. See how they run! They all ran after the farmer's wife. She cut off their tails with a carving knife. Did you ever see such a thing in your life as 3 blind mice? Curly locks, wilt thou be mine? Thou shalt not wash dishes, nor yet feed the swine, but sit on a cushion and sew a fine seam, and feed upon strawberries, sugar and cream. Tweedledum and Tweedledee agreed to have a battle, for Tweedledum said Tweedledee had spoiled his nice new rattle. Just then flew by a monstrous crow, as big as a tar barrel, which frightened both the heroes so they quite forgot their quarrel. I had a little pony. His name was Dapple Grey. I lent him to a lady to ride a mile away. She whipped him, she lashed him, she rode him through the mire. I would not lend my pony now for all the lady's hire. The man in the moon came down too soon and asked his way to Norwich. He went by the south and burnt his mouth with eating cold plum porridge. Tom, he was a piper's son. He learned to play when he was young, but all the tune that he could play was over the hills and far away. Over the hills and a great way off, the wind will blow my topknot off. Tom with his pipe made such a noise that he pleased both the girls and the boys, and they all stopped to hear him play over the hills and far away. Cross patch, draw the latch, sit by the fire and spin. Take a cup and drink it up, then call your neighbours in. There was an old woman tossed up in a basket, 17 times as high as the moon. Where she was going I couldn't but ask her, for in her hand she carried a broom. Old woman, old woman, old woman, quoth I, where are you going to up so high? To brush the cobwebs off the sky. May I go with you? Yes, by and by. Higgledy-piggledy, my black hen, she lays eggs for gentlemen, sometimes 9 and sometimes 10. Higgledy-piggledy, my black hen. Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up, and when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. I do not like thee, Dr. Fell, the reason why I cannot tell. But this I know, and know full well, I do not like thee, Dr. Fell. There was a crooked man, and he walked a crooked mile. He found a crooked sixpence against a crooked stile. He bought a crooked cat, which caught a crooked mouse, and they all lived together in a little crooked house. Come, let's to bed, says Sleepyhead. Tarry a while, says Slow. Put on the pan, says Greedy Nan. Let's sup before we go. Ding dong bell, pussy's in the well. Who put her in? Little Johnny Green. Who pulled her out? Little Tommy Stout. What a naughty boy was that, try and drown poor Pussy-cat, who never did him any harm, and killed the mice in his father's barn. The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts, all on a summer's day. The Knave of Hearts, he stole the tarts, and took them right away. The King of Hearts called for the tarts, and beat the knave full sore. The Knave of Hearts brought back the tarts, and vowed he'd steal no more. Two Legs sat upon 3 legs, with 1 leg in his lap. In comes 4 legs, and runs away with 1 leg. Up jumps 2 legs, catches up 3 legs, throws it after 4 legs, and makes him bring back 1 leg. For want of a nail, the shoe was lost. For want of a shoe, the horse was lost. For want of a horse, the rider was lost. For want of a rider, the battle was lost. For want of a battle, the kingdom was lost, and all for the want of a horseshoe nail. Simple Simon met a pieman going to the fair. Says Simple Simon to the pieman, "Let me taste your ware." Says the pieman to Simple Simon, "Show me first your penny." Says Simple Simon to the pieman, "Indeed, I have not any." Simple Simon went a-fishing for to catch a whale. All the water he had got was in his mother's pail. Simple Simon went to look if plums grew on a thistle. He pricked his finger very much, which made poor Simon whistle. Fiddle-dee-dee, fiddle-dee-dee, the fly shall marry the bumblebee. They went to the church, and married was she. The fly has married the bumblebee. Rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub, and how do you think they got there? The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, they all jumped out of a rotten potato. 'Twas enough to make a man stare. As I was going to St Ives, I met a man with 7 wives. Each wife had 7 sacks. Each sack had 7 cats. Each cat had 7 kits. Kits, cats, sacks, and wives, how many were going to St Ives? I saw a ship a-sailing on the sea, and oh, but it was laden with pretty things for me. There were comforts in the cabin, and apples in the hold. The sails were made of silk, and the masts were made of gold. The 24 sailors who stood upon the deck were 24 white mice, with chains about their necks. The captain was a duck, with a packet on his back, and when the ship began to move, the captain cried, "Quack, quack."